Easy Study Channel. Today we are going to learn about the grammar in Japanese language, or we say Japanese language proficiency test. 日本語能力試験19. The grammar that we are going to learn about today, we are talking about the grammar of Nagaramo. The grammar of Nagaramo is mean that but or thought, despite, despite, or something. In Japanese, when you use the grammar of Nagaramo, you can use the verb noun and adjective. In the verb, you can use with the stand form, and you can use with the date form. For the stand form, that means you change your verb to be the mass form, and you cut out the mass out of that verb, and plus after that you follow by Nagaramo. And for the verb need a date form, that means you have to change your verb to be the date form. For example, ite rashai ikimasu, right? Ite, right? Kaite, something like this. And after you change to the date form, you should follow by I, right? Ite inagara mo, something like this. And for the noun, you don't change nothing, you can use in that form. And followed by Nagaramo. And for the adjective, you can use for na adjective and e adjective. Nothing changed both of na adjective and e adjective. And after that, you follow by Nagaramo. They write the mo in the rest. So that means sometimes you don't need to use mo. Sometimes just say Nagara or something. But sometimes you can use Nagaramo or something. Depend to you and the situation that you are talking about. So the next, to make more understand about how to use the grammar of Nagaramo, the next we are going to see some example. The first example, 狭いながらもこのマンションは大好きだ。狭いながらもこのマンションは大好きだ。Which means, despite it being small, I love this apartment. Despite it being small, I love this apartment. The next example. 残念ながらも今日のイベントに行けません。残念ながらも今日のイベントに行けません。Which means, unfortunately, I will not be able to go to today's event. Unfortunately, I will not be able to go to today's event. For the first sentence, we see that we use with the e adjective, right? Semai is mean e adjective and is mean small, right? So when you use the e adjective with the Nagara, you can just use in that form, nothing change. Semai Nagara mo kono manshin wa daisuki da, which means that you like the apartment that are small and beautiful, right? Something like this. And for the second sentence in here, we see that we use with the zangnen. Zangnen nagaramo. Zangnen now is mean the noun. So when you use the noun with nagaramo, nothing change. You can use in that form. So in here, in the sentence, we can use zangnen nagaramo kyou no ibento ni ikemasen. This means zangnen nagaramo. This means unfortunately, right? I will not be able to go to today's event, something like this. And the next example, うちは貧しいながらも家族の中 がいいし幸せだ。うちは貧しいながらも家族の仲がいいし幸せだ。Which means, even though my family is poor, we get along well and are happy. Even though my family is poor, we get along well and are happy. In this sentence, they also use the Nagaramo with the EH in here. Our EH is mazushi. Mazushi is mean poor, and the EH here is e, right? Because it end by e. Mazushi end by e. So when you use the EH, nothing change. Mazushi Nagaramo, right? It means that even thought, right? Even thought my family is poor, something like this. But right, we get along well and are happy. That's no problem. That's better than the family that really rich but have many problems. Get many problems about your wife, your family, your friend, your parents, right? Your mother, your younger sister. You have many problems. So if you have the family is poor but you get along well, that is better. What is the best that you have to get rich and happy? Take care, good care about your family, right? Don't get conflict with them. This is the best one. The next example. アナちゃんは子供ながらもいろんなことをしている。アナちゃんは子供ながらもいろんなことをしている。This means, although Anna-chan is just a child, she knows quite a lot of various things. Although Anna-chan is just a child, she knows quite a lot of various things. In this sentence, we use the Nagaramo with the noun. In our noun here is kodomo. Kodomo is mean children. Children is noun, right? So when you use the Nagaramo with the noun, we have nothing changed. We can use in that form. So in this sentence, it say kodomo nagaramo, right? いろんなことをしている。It means or thought or even thought. Anna-chan is just a child. She knows quite a lot of various things, right? That means he just a child, but she know many things, something like this. The next we are going to learn about the grammar of NAIKOTO WA NAI. The grammar of NAIKOTO WA NAI is mean that can do or is not impossible to something. And in Japanese, when you use the grammar of NAIKOTO WA NAI, you can use with a verb, noun, and adjective, including na adjective and adjective. But in here, for when you use the NAIKOTO WA NAI with the verb form, that you should change your verb to be the nai form. And when you use the noun, you should change your verb, the noun to be deva nai or ja nai. Deva nai or ja nai, it just had the same meaning, right? So after you begin your noun, end by deva nai or ja nai. And the na adjective is just the same. You should change your na adjective to be deva nai or ja nai. And after that, followed by koto wa nai. And for the na adjective, you should cut out the e out of the adjective and followed by ku nai. For example, atarashi ku nai, something like this. Mezurashi ku nai, koto wa nai, something like this, right? So don't forget that when you use with the adjective, you should cut out the e out of that adjective and replaced by ku, right? And followed by naikoto wa nai, something like this. And this has the same meaning that can do or is not impossible to or something. So the next, let's go to see some example of how to use the grammar of NAIKOTO WA NAI. The first example, 走れば間に合わないことはないよ。急ごう。走れば間に合わないことはないよ。急ごう。That means we can still make it if we run. Let's hurry up. We can still make it if we run. Let's hurry up. The next example. 嬉しくないことはないが、1位が良かった。嬉しくないことはないが、1位が良かった。Which means it's not that I'm not happy, but I would have liked to have been first place. It's not that I'm not happy, but I would have liked to have been first place. We will focus on, let's go to see the first sentence together. In the first sentence, we use with the verb, right? Au, right? Au, when you change to be the nai form, it means awa nai, right? So instead they say awa naikoto wa nai, right? So hashireba manyawa naikoto wa nai yo isogo. This means we can still make it if we run, right? Isogo is mean hurry up. Let's hurry up, right? And for the second sentence, in the second sentence, they say ureshi kunai koto wa nai. In this sentence, they use with the adjective, right? Ureshi, right? But in here, they cut out the e out of the adjective, so we just left only ureshi and then replace the e by ku. So ureshi ku nai koto wa nai ga 1が良かった right? That means it's not that I'm not happy, right? But I would have liked to have been first place. That means when you do something for the competition, you get the second place or third place. You are happy, but you still want to be the first place, right? So you can say, I'm happy, but I still want to the first place. So in Japanese you can say, 嬉しくないことはないが、1位が良かった。Right? If I got the first place, it will be better. Something like this. And the next, 私も留学したことがありますから、あなたの苦労がわからないことはありません。私も留学したことがありますから、あなたの苦労がわからないことはありません。Which means I have studied abroad, so I can understand what you are going through. I have studied abroad, so I can understand what you are going through. In this sentence, let's go to see this sentence, what they use. In here, they use wakaranai koto wa arimasen, right? Which means that they use the grammar of naikoto wa nai with the verb, right? In here, our verb is wakaru, right? Wakaru is mean or wakarimasu, which means understand. If you change the wakaru to mas, it means wakarimasu, right? Wakarimashita. But change to nai form, it should be wakaranai, right? So in here they change the nai form, so wakaranai and followed by koto wa nai. But in here, for nai you can say in arimasen or nai just had the same meaning. So in here they use arimasen instead of use nai, but it had the same meaning and no problem. So in here they say wakaranai koto wa arimasen, or you can say wakaranai koto wa nai, something like this. No problem, just had the same meaning. And in this sentence, they want to explain the feeling that I also have the experience of study in abroad, right? So I know about your feeling and what you are going to throw or what you are going to do in the future about study in foreign country or in abroad. This is the meaning of the sentence. The next example. これは美味しくないことはないですけど、家の近くのラーメン店の方が安くて美味しいです。これは美味しくないことはないですけど、家の近くのラーメン店の方が安くて美味しいです。Which means it's not that this isn't delicious, but the ramen shop near my home is cheaper and tastier. It's not that this isn't delicious, but the ramen shop near my home is cheaper and tastier. In here they use in the sentence in here they use with the EHT, right? In here they use oishi. Oishi is mean taste or delicious. So they cut out the E and replace by ku. So oishi ku nai koto wa nai. So in this sentence they use the EHT oishi ku nai koto wa nai desu kedo. This mean it's not impossible that it doesn't delicious. This also delicious, but right. Another place delicious plus cheap, right? So you can say you can explain something like this. これは美味しくないことはないですけど、家の近くのラーメン店の方が安くて美味しいです。Right? 安い is mean cheap. 美味しい is mean tastier or delicious. Right? So another place is cheap and delicious, but this one is delicious, but maybe not cheap. Right? When compared to another place. So you can say explain like this. The next we are going to learn about the grammar of Naito. The grammar of Naito is mean must do or unless. If you don't or something. That means Naito is mean if you don't do this and the result will be like this, something like this. If you don't do this, there are what will happen in the next. If you consider something like this. So in Japanese, when you use the grammar of Naito, that means you can use with the verb, noun, and adjective, including non-adjective and adjective. But with the verb, you should change the verb to be the nai form. And for the noun, you can change to be the after noun, you should follow by de nai or de van nai or ja nai. And non-adjective are the same. You can after non-adjective you can follow by de nai or ja nai, and followed by to, right? Because you don't say ja nai nai to. You don't say like this. This means you change to be the nai and end by to, right? And for the EHT, this means you should cut out the E out of the adjective and replace by ku. For example, oishi ku nai to, something like this. Oishiku nai to, mezurashiku nai to, something like this. And when you use the grammar of Naito, when you say about situation will happen and we don't do this situation, the next situation will be like this. Let's go to see some sample to make more understand about how to use the grammar of Naito. The first example, mo ikanai to, mo ikanai to, which means I have to go now. In this, it means that if I don't go, I will be late, right? Something like this. Or some people will be angry with me, right? So you will got the problem. So you have to go now, something like this. The next example, shukudai o yaranai to. Shukudai o yaranai to, which means I have to do my homework. I have to do my homework. That means if you don't do your homework, you will got problem with your teacher, right? With your class, you have problem about your score at school, something like this. So, yaranai to in Japanese you can say, I have to do my homework. もう暗くなって帰らないと。もう暗くなって帰らないと。It's already gotten dark. I need to go. I need to head home. It's already gotten dark. I need to head home. The next example. 早くしないと間に合わないよ。早くしないと間に合わないよ。This means if you don't hurry, you won't make it in time. If you don't hurry, you won't make it in time. And for the first sentence in here, we use with the verb kaeru, which means back home. And we change to the nai form kaeranai to. That means it's already done, so you have to go home, right? And for the second sentence in here, we use hayaku shinai to, which means we use with the verb suru, right? But when you change the verb suru to be nai form can shinai, mas form can be shimasu, right? So hayaku shinai to maniwanai yo. That means if you don't hurry, you will make it not in time. For example, your work, right? Your work, your submit document, something like this. You have to send in time. So hayaku shinai to maniwanai yo, something like this. That means when you use the grammar of Naito, that means you have the condition, and if you don't do in that condition, something will happen with you, right? So I hope that you understand about how to use the grammar of Naito. Thank you very much for watching my video clip, and please help me subscribe my channel if you haven't. I hope to see you about learning Japanese in next video clip. ありがとうございました。